I should be going to bed. It's almost, yeah, it's almost 11. Uh, I just finished watching Young Sheldon. A 10-year-old boy who turns communist. All because of a loaf of bread difference. It was just like from my Fruity Lucky Charms video. Because Lucky Charms changed uh, their cereal. So it wasn't fluffy and light anymore. It's now shrunken. But I can see very clearly I'm not getting the interest on the brass plates translation. Everybody's more interested in bishop sex scandals. Oh, man, what a mess. Mormons, please, just leave. Just say enough's enough. Leave. It's okay. It's not the right God. The Mormon God is not around, you know? Elijah, priest of Baal, the Baal God, didn't do anything. That's the Mormon God. So, yeah, but the bishop, too common here in Utah. Far, far, far too common. Something just ain't right here in Utah. Because the bishop that assisted my first wife, first ex, or the woman formerly called my wife, to leave and flee the country, he thought it was funny that he exposed himself to little children. So I was not happy with him. But, you know, all too common. Alright, so with translation, I think I'm just gonna start from scratch and do the full brass plates translation one picture at a time. I don't know, but yeah, because I was doing sections before, and then I was, yeah, it's creation story, then the fall story. So yeah, I'll include the missing portions. We'll see how that goes. There's just so much to cover, so much that's missing from the Bible. It's mind-boggling. I mean, the garden story alone, it's a short one, but you can see from the pictures from which it originated that there's tons of information that is just gone from the Torah text. But, oh well. It would be nice if people on YouTube were interested in my political views and my economic views. I'd have to keep it with the church theme, though. So I could do my economy based on the law of consecration and show you how the real law of consecration is supposed to be, and how it could be implemented now, not just as a covenant in the temple, because nobody practices it. You know, it's just a thing we covenant in the temple, and then once we leave, we go about our regular business. So, alright, well, my second ex-wife called me, and I told her about the sale of indulgences. She doesn't understand things. She's in the church for her love of Jesus, not realizing that she doesn't need the church to love Jesus. So, oh well. So, but I do need to get to polygamy. That seems to be an urgent one, because the church lied. The gospel topic essays, they lied. They threw in some truth, because they couldn't avoid, they couldn't have Joseph Smith be a racist. They couldn't set him up for that. It just doesn't work. And so they had to go after Brigham Young, because obviously everybody knows it was Brigham Young who started it. Because even blacks know that Joseph Smith gave the priesthood to blacks and tried to save the lives of the Indians, even though in our current traditional thinking, the concept of going to a new culture and breeding with them to breed out their culture, that sounds repulsive in our day. But when you go back to Joseph Smith's day and you realize, hey, they're being exterminated because of their culture, how do we save them? And you can't just go to war because you're not strong enough to go up against the big powers that be. So how do you save a culture from extinction? And that's the idea that Joseph Smith came up with, was to breed so that they can have white posterity, so that the powers that be wouldn't be able to destroy them. Joseph Smith did not do polygamy with the Indians, so no worries on that. But yeah, I need to do my polygamy video. What's this one? Oh yeah, I wanted to do a book with all the stuff I've been telling you guys in video form. Do a book called 101 Things Wrong with the LDS Church. Wouldn't that be fun? Alright, well, I shouldn't ramble off on this video because it's already late at night. So, alrighty. Just updating you and checking out my videos before I headed off to bed. And yeah, sure enough, the personal videos, my Trump Tower collection, Fruity, Lucky Charms, and Threat Has Arrived, all bombed today. Oh, another day of delightful LDS Mormon comments. Not doing very well either, but that's the way. But I'm doing those because I need to keep up on the comments. So, plus I have a request to keep that going. So, yeah, my old video about the last day's signs, which I was pressured by my second wife to find the date of when we were going to Missouri, and so I was like, ugh, are you kidding me? I just got back into the star thing, and it was just a passing fancy back in the original days. Now you're forcing me to try to figure out an actual date. Because she didn't want to walk. I don't know. That sucks what they did to me by getting to her. Alrighty. Oh, the cat traps video is picking up a little bit, although it's been a week now. It's going to be a good SNL this week. And I'll finally be able to watch it. Hopefully, if tomorrow goes well. I'm just yawning now, so I'm gonna scroll down to the ones I wanted to see. Oh, this church stats are almost at 1,000. Just 40 more views to go. After 1 month, my goodness, this time's just flying by. And then Maria Butina. Yep, fake red, but if you don't watch my other videos, you don't understand what I meant by red, and because you only see the communist part. I didn't understand why my peers said that they'd rather be dead than red in the head. I liked redheads. Yep. So yeah, there we go. The family unit temple changes has now reached 3K, and the temple text still needs to be changed, 3.1K. And my banana apple is only at 114. There's only one person that thought it was funny that I used that picture. I believe it was Jennifer. Alrighty, and A Tale of Two Mormon Brothers. Are you kidding me, people? Only 22 views. I mean, I'm a black belt. You can see in the picture, I was a black belt under 1 year old. See, that's me standing up at 1 year old. Of course, I'm leaning up against the couch, but to be able to have balance, that was amazing. Should have had me doing the crane. Alright, now I'm getting loopy. Good night. So tired that I forgot that my intention was to eventually get around to talking about Star Trek Discovery tonight. I also watched that too. It was a good episode. One of the characters, and I don't have their names memorized, but he's the one that was from a planet, and Star Trek Discovery had gone to that planet, and he wanted to travel the stars, and he was able to communicate with Discovery, and so they said, okay, well, you want to come, we'll take you on. And then he went through his Valkyrie, or is that the enemy tribe that was suppressing the people to keep them from knowing their true evolutionary identities? And he makes the comment about how this controlling race was lying to his people and suppressing their ability to evolve into like a butterfly, from a larval stage to the butterfly, just in their own culture's way of doing things. And yeah, of course, there's automatic connections with Mormonism, how Mormons are suppressed when they could be greater if the church would just step up and do their job. So, and fortunately, the church will most likely get angered if the members were allowed to evolve into the gods that Mormons tell the Mormons that Mormon leaders tell the Mormons they can become. And would require the Red Angel to save them. So, gotta watch the movie or the show. You gotta get CBS All Access. Can't watch it on regular Channel 2 news or regular Channel 2 CBS. That's an exclusive for All Access. Alrighty, off to bed I go.